Our solar system is packed full of useful, valuable resources. This is fortunate because bringing heavy stuff like water, fuel, and building materials with you from Earth into space is extremely expensive. So, gathering and using resources will be vital for any future exploration, settlement, and development of space. Planets, moons, and asteroids in the solar system contain everything from iron and nickel to gold and platinum. But by far the most useful resource in space is water. Water in space is usually found as ice, which can be used to make both fuel and air by separating the hydrogen and oxygen atoms. It can also just be melted and used as water, after being cleaned, of course. This ice can support scientific missions, space mining initiatives, and maybe even human settlements. Given that water is such a key resource, it'll be one of the main attractions for the mining industry. But astrobiologists also like to follow the water, as it's the best place to look for signs of life. How compatible are these interests? And who takes priority? We also need to think about how much protection to give outer space, and whether we care about certain celestial bodies more than others. For instance, do we focus on protecting the natural heritage of the Moon, whilst not extending the same protection to asteroids? The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 is the foundation of space governance. It says that space is free for use by all, so long as that use is in the interests of all humankind, and that countries cannot claim ownership of space. Many agree that this restriction is about land, not resources, but there is ongoing debate. Part of that debate is whether there needs to be international governance. It is more than just a legal discussion, it's also about politics and economics, and mirrors many of the same debates that are being had about resources on Earth. Access to resources has been a major cause of conflict throughout history. So, how do we prevent the same issues arising in space? And how do we make access to these resources fair for all? These are challenging questions, and the answers lie in finding a balance and doing what is in the interests of all humankind. But it's not a question just for the lawyers. Everyone has a stake in this, and we need to work to make sure that in space, we don't repeat the mistakes that we've made on Earth. Astrobiology OU is working to make sure that space governance is fairer and more sustainable.